first ever Hasbro Action Brands panel at Wondercon. Kicking it off with the vintage collection. So first up, we have a figure that we definitely wanted to bring into the line. So our beloved street rat turned freedom-fighting Jedi, we have Ezra Bridger here. So this is Ezra in his live-action version for the first time ever in the 3 3/4 inch scale across all of our lines. We did have the Black Series version that came out last fall, but excited to be bringing him into vintage this time around. And this was the version that we saw on Sabine's hologram. So that's that version of Ezra. And diving into a little bit of a closer look, this figure comes with an updated torso and deco updates. So the live action version, as you can see here, kind of has that different shaping on the chest with a narrow collar, kind of the orange detailing that you see as well. The HasLab version, as I'm sure most of you should be familiar with at this point, is his end of season appearance. So that kind of had slightly different ribbing and that orange stripe down his armor, but this particular live action version comes with blaster pistol, lit lightsaber, and an unlit hilt. And of course that unlit hilt can be plugged in to his belt as well. And he has a holster for that blaster too. So really excited to be bringing him into the line. Taking a quick look at the packaging here. This Hero of Lothal, Ezra, is VC number 319. And once again, we see on that card back the hologram live action image that we saw in the show. And just excited that we're able to bring this figure into the line. Mentor and leader of the Rebels crew, Kannan Jarrus, of course, in his Season 1 look here, while he was in hiding after having forsaken the Jedi Order, and of course, you know, before he lost his eyesight as well. Unlike that HasLab version, once again, as we're all hopefully excited and familiar with, which is his end of season look. So taking a closer look, he is almost entirely newly tooled. We see a different portrait in the eyes, along with that unique costume, and true to Kannan, that weathered logo on his shoulder, along with the classic armor. This Kannan also comes with his blaster and belt holster, along with a lit lightsaber and unlit hilt that can also be plugged in. And all of this really completes that look. I mean, the figures that we have, you know, on the screen here, like those shots, it's just really awesome and kind of able to capture him in action like that. And as for packaging, we see that Rebels film out on the card back, and given the sheer variety of entertainment appearances, rather than going into realistic interpretations of these animated characters, we as a team just decided that we're going to stay true to the entertainment references on the card back. So that's what you can see here. Once again, another great addition to the line. This is my favorite part, the availability. So both Ezra and Kannan are available on Fan Channel and Amazon in the US, Mainline in Canada, Fan Channel and Amazon including Hasbro Pulse in Europe, and Fan Channel in Asia and the Pacific. So both will be up for pre-order April 3rd at 1 p.m. EST, and both will be available summer of 2024. So here we have Zeb. This is once again in his Season 1 look, featuring those classic shoulder pads. And unlike that end of season look in his HasLab version, where he kind of has his really, you know, beefy shoulder boulders out on display, this one comes with some major new sculptural details, and we see that across the whole figure, you know, from his face portrait to the chest, across belt and legs as well. And of course, his signature bow rifle here that we see in that expanded staff form, and really cool looking electricity effects that kind of complete that look. So he looks awesome and just like super formidable. This unique new face portrait, you can see he's a lot more like stoic and kind of focused and determined. If you recall the HasLab version, the way I think of it, he's almost like a little bit more smirky and like kind of that edgy personality shining through a bit more. And this one, he's on a mission, like super just determined. And you can see he has that classic V-shaped chest armor, which is unlike the HasLab version as well. And he comes with unique graffiti that we can see actually from Sabine. It's kind of coming on that shoulder armor into his chest. And then if we go a little bit further down, we see that unique detailing on his belt too. So once again, that signature bow rifle, this time in the blaster form. And he's an incredibly fun figure to pose out. I know Emily telling me this quite a bit too. It's just he's a lot of fun to work with and really be able to capture all of these super dynamic shots. So another great ad. Excited to be bringing him into the line. And a quick look at the packaging once again. This is going to be in our deluxe figure packaging, featuring those kind of iconic diorama shots. The main source of inspiration for the photography on this particular one was from Rebels Season 1, Episode 4, Fight or Flight. So we really aim to recreate that kind of cityscape and capture that lighting on package here. And once again, love that stoic yet determined look that he has in his blaster stance. So another great add to the line. And once again, for availability, Zeb will be available in Fan Channel in the US and Canada, Fan Channel in Amazon, including Hasbro Pulse in Europe, and Fan Channel in Asia and Pacific. So along with Kannan and Ezra, Zeb will also be available for pre-order on April 3rd at 1 p.m. EST, and he will be available summer of 2024. So that wraps it up for the vintage collection reveals for today. So shifting gears into Black Series, I think this is a familiar face that might help round out your Cantina collection. We have Moma Nadon. So really excited to be bringing him in, also affectionately known as Hammerhead. As some of you can probably guess, he is a partial from Doc Ondar, and fun fact is that we always built Moma, in mind. Like, he was part of the plan all along, so it is a great moment to be able to finally reveal and kind of share that with you guys at this point, and get a great opportunity to get another one of the denizens from the Cantina into the line. So a little bit more about him. As we know, he's humanoid, but not really, like the other aliens. There's this super fun form factor, and he's incredibly cool looking. He comes with a fully newly sculpted head. It's a little bit deeper, and his neck is a lot longer. You can notice those differences from Doc. And this particular MoMA comes with 3 drinking cups too, so we wanted to include those so that you can kind of really build out that scene and pose him out as a patron. And this way you also get some extra cups for your Cantina scene too. And in addition to the 3 cups, he comes with an E11 blaster. So once again, a great addition to building out your A New Hope collection. Happy to be bringing him out here. And then for the packaging, he comes in our new deluxe Black Series packaging that's kind of extra deeper. And he is number 7 in the A New Hope lineup. As you can see, there's actually a background, from the Cantina as well to really help set that scene. And for the side, mural panel shot that you see there, we took some creative liberties with the blaster pose. So you could kind of say it's a little bit of an off-screen moment, which our team had some fun with. So all in all, just a really cool looking alien to be able to get into the line. I know that lots of people, there's just lots of love for aliens in general, and kind of asked to get different, characters and figures into our collection. So this is another one to be able to add, and we're happy to be able to bring him out to you guys. So MoMA is available on Fan Channel in the US and Canada once again, Fan Channel on Amazon including Hasbro Pulse in Europe, Fan Channel in Asia, and then he's an EB Games/Zing exclusive in the Pacific. So like the other 3 vintage collection figures, MoMA will also be up for pre-order on April 3rd at 1 p.m. EST and available fall of 2024. So that wraps it up for Star Wars reveals today.